Hello and welcome to a Trusted Teachers Business Management video. It's been a while since we've done one of these, so we are wanting to continue being the support that we needed when starting out. Okay, this video is going to be on private limited companies. So private limited companies are another type of business within the private sector. Previous videos have talked about sole traders and partnerships. So I'm going to start by just talking about the key features of private limited companies. They're considered a separate legal entity. What that means is, in the eyes of the law, the business and the individual shareholders are considered separate, which provides you with a wee bit of protection. Because this links into the point below. They have limited liability. If you're a shareholder in a private limited company, your risk is only limited to the money you put into the business. Your own personal possessions, like your house, your car, would be touched in the event of company debts. As I've mentioned before, private limited companies are owned by shareholders, and these are individuals who have bought one or more shares within a business, and this gives them um, different variances of responsibility and power within the organisation. Often, but not always, you'll know a private limited company because it'll have the letters LTD after their name. So next time you're in a shopping centre or a town centre, have a look at the names of the shops. You'll quite often see LTD, which stands for limited. A few more features of a private limited company, and a key kind of disadvantage in some regard is that they cannot sell their shares to the general public on the stock market. They can only sell shares of the business privately to people that they know, and this could be friends or family or even people you've worked with. This could also be considered a benefit because you don't lose control of your company to outsiders. Private limited companies are managed by a board of directors, and these are senior managers within the organisation who make key decisions and run the organisation. When you create a private limited company by registering on the Companies House website, two legal documents are created which are referred to the Memorandum of Association and the Articles of Association. And these are documents that outline the kind of ownership of the business and who's responsible for what. In terms of the advantages of private limited companies, I've already mentioned this one about having limited liability and having reduced risk. And I hinted to this earlier when we were talking about selling shares to the public versus selling them privately. Private limited companies can raise more finance, although they won't be able to raise as much finance as a public limited company. When you compare them to a partnership or a sole trader, having these additional shareholders can help the business to raise more finance. Another benefit is that shareholders and directors can bring expertise to the business. So they can bring knowledge, skills, and even contacts with other businesses and individuals. And also, as I mentioned before, the control of the company cannot be lost to outsiders. In terms of the disadvantages, unlike a sole trader, but like a partnership, private limited companies' profits would have to be shared amongst their shareholders. And in a private limited company, this is referred to as a dividend, and this is just a share of the profits given out to shareholders. Another disadvantage is it's complicated and time consuming to set up. In Scotland, you have to go through the Companies House website. You have to follow various steps and fill out various forms to set the company up. It's more difficult as a private limited company, as I mentioned before, to raise large amounts of finance as shares can't be sold to the public on the stock market. And finally, a private limited company must adhere to the rules and regulations of the Companies Act, which outlines how companies behave and what they can and can't do. Okay, so that was just a quick wee video on private limited companies, outlining the key features in terms of ownership, control, and how they're financed. And we also looked at the advantages and disadvantages. I hope you enjoyed the video. The next Trusted Teachers Business Management video is going to be on the public sector, looking at the central and local government. We were Trusted Teachers. We're here to be the support that we needed when starting out. And I hope you have a good day. And please check out our website.